Good morning, good afternoon once again. It will depend on the time that you are joining the course. Today we are going to look for the explanatory data analysis explanation. So as we have seen how we can import the data, how can also manipulate the data so that we can do the analysis. So there is some time you will hear someone who said like the explanatory data analysis. We need to understand what is explanatory data analysis or EDA. So we are going to look for the explanatory data analysis explanation just in a few minutes to understand those kind of logic. If we say that we need you to do the explanatory data analysis, what is the meaning of that kind of thing. So without taking much time, the introduction to explanatory data analysis. It is also the systematic approach used to understand, to summarize, and investigate the data set before applying formal statistical models, or machine learning techniques. So it allows us to analyze, to explore the data, just to see for the main characteristics through the summary statistics and visualization method. So explanatory data analysis, it's what we call EDA. If I say EDA, understand this. This is typically the first and most critical step in data analysis workflow. So those are the importance of explanatory data analysis. So of course, the importance of explanatory data analysis is help us to understand the structure and the nature of the data by looking for the data type, by looking for what it tells us, like in terms of summary statistics, when it is a numeric. We normally use to see the summary statistics like a mean, mode, median, standard deviation, and variance. But also when we have categorical, we have seen that we can see the percentage and the frequency for us to understand it, or we can also present it in terms of visuals for us to make it visible. And that is most of the time the report the analysts they use to provide. If you are doing analysis and your analysis is going to be readable by someone who are not expert in statistics or expert in data, you will do EDA, explanatory data analysis, where you are communicating what the data tells you before you go to the model. So identifying also the pattern and the trend and also the relationship among the variables. We are detecting the missing value, outliers, and data inconsistencies. We are validating the assumptions required to statistical analysis. We are selecting appropriate analytical and modeling techniques. And also we are conducting the explanatory data analysis to reduce the risk of incorrect conclusion and improving the ability of analytical results. So the another steps after understanding the importance of EDA. Of course, you started by importing the dataset, where you can load the dataset based on the extensions. And also after loading the dataset, you need to understand the structure, the data structure, to examine the structure and the composition of the dataset. But also this function, as I said, this is also the functions that are going to use or need like a structure, and this function provide the information on variable name, the data type, if it is numeric, character or factor, a number of observation, and also to check the data set. And also you can look for the dimension, where you see the number of rows and observations. After looking for the loading the data set and also some understanding the data structure, we have to go to the data cleaning and preparation. So the common data preparation task, like handling missing value, we are filtering the relevant variables, we are creating the new variables or new indicators based on existing, we are making aggregations or grouping. If we say aggregations, like the way you can calculate the mean, mode, median based on the group the variables like a gender or categorical variables in general. And also this is an example of what we are doing on data cleaning and preparations. And after that, we can also do the summary statistics, either in dashboard development. Different types of charts are used in a common specific insight. where we can also do the visualization in a bar chart, line chart, pie chart, box chart, maths, and also other kind of things. So I think this video is like to help us to understand what EDA. If someone say that I'm going to do the EDA, so it is like providing the curiosity, removing the curiosity about the data, but also by starting to import it, cleaning also to remove the inconsistency, but also giving us the overview of what the data tells us, so that once we need to do the advanced statistical model, we will, based on the result we get to the EDA, for us to know the better model we can do. Because we normally on the EDA we have seen that we understand the structure of the dataset. So if we understand the structure of the dataset, it is going to be easier for us to know the advanced model we can do. So that is about the explanatory data analysis, and I hope that you are going to enjoy the next session where we are going to focus on the data visualization. Of course, we have seen some data manipulation techniques where we have seen how you clean the data, how we can also we have seen also how we can also remove the missing value, how can also replace the missing value. We have seen it in the data frame, and again also we have seen how we can import the data set in other programming. And now we are going to focus on the data visualization, where we are going to see how we can also plot the data in terms of chart. After having that data set, we have to see how we can also plot it in terms of chart. So once again, thank you so much for taking a time to watch this video. Feel free to ask a question in chat. If you have a problem, we are always there to support you. For any challenge, any suggestion, we are there for you to support you in everything. So thank you so much once again for attending this session.